Hello, guys, and welcome to another episode of This Podcast Fits Your Macros. Once again, I am solo. Ryan's still not feeling better, but next week he should be back for sure. So, sorry you're stuck with me again. This is going to be another cutie shorty little episode, alright? So, nothing too crazy. I just wanted to share with you all my top 5 mind-blowing food hacks that I have learned over my lifetime of, food prep, meal prep in general. These are a couple things that are going to make your life much easier, okay? Before we get into it, again, I want to just thank you for joining me here. Of course, we have the Is It Worth the Macros? And this week, in fact, I just tested them this morning. I tested out the Fruit Loop waffles. So I had seen these in the store, and I walked by them like 3 times without buying them. And I even asked my daughter, I'm like, hey, do you want these? And she's like, nah. And I'm like, fuck, I kind of want to try them. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to try it. Let's give it a shot. So I heated it up. I just did one because, I don't even have macros handy. Who am I? But I remember them off the top of my head. 2 waffles was a serving size. I only did 1 waffle today, but it is 6 grams of fat, 30 grams of carbs, and I think like 4 grams of protein, but don't quote me on the protein. I know the fats and the carbs because those are the ones that I'm like, okay, well now I have to find other room for that in my day. But again, I only ate 1, so all of that was halved. They smell delicious. Like, I popped in the toaster and I was just like, this is a good smell, because Fruit Loops always smell delicious, right? So, but overall, it wasn't bad. I ate it plain without any syrup or butter or happiness because, I just didn't want to spend the macros on that. But, it was pretty good. I think I rated it like a 7-ish on my little TikTok thing. So, if you want to try them out, let me know what you think. If you have any future ideas, let me know. I think what I'm just going to do is just buy a whole bunch of shit when I go to the store, then try it all in one day. Because yes, I am still in my cut. I haven't been cut any further yet. I feel like that's probably just around the corner here, but for now, I'm just living life. I'm still happy in my prep, but I know those days are numbered. So, without further ado, at least like when Ryan's not here, we're not talking about this for like 30 minutes, because sometimes we get caught up on that. But anyway, I'm just gonna get right into it. My 5 favorite food hacks that will save you so much time and energy and might just blow your mind, maybe. So if there's just brain matter all over your computer, I'm sorry, because some of these are just so mind-blowing. I'm trying to figure out which one to go first. I think I'm going to go with the easiest, and some of you might know this. This one pertains more to like food tracking and food prepping, but so many people I see starting out use like measuring cups and such to weigh out like cereal or peanut butter, nut butters, anything like that, oils, just really messy things, and that really produces so many dishes, okay? So, like, you think of all the things that you're weighing out in a measuring cup and measuring spoon, and peanut butter, let's be real, like, you're trying to get a tablespoon of peanut butter, you're trying to get that all out of there, it's not going to work. So, the best practice to use when tracking anything is to put the container of whatever you're measuring on your scale and tear it out. So tearing means that you are eliminating the weight of it. So say you have a jar of peanut butter, you set on the scale, it's going to be like, who knows, I think it's like 200 something grams or something like that. Tear that out, and then it should read 0. Then when you scoop the peanut butter out, then you want to get whatever serving size you're going for. So if you're going for like, I usually do like half tablespoon in my oatmeal, that would be, I'm looking for -16 on the scale to hit my half tablespoon. You can use this with anything. You can use it with liquids. You can weigh your liquids instead of, measuring them. I do it with egg whites all the time. I weigh them out in a measuring cup because I can't put it on a pan. So yes, you do use dishes in that way, but I weigh it versus measuring it because, especially with egg whites, the serving size is in tablespoons, and it's like, I'm not going to be like, oh, there's 1 serving. Oh, there's 2 servings, like weighing it out in a fucking tablespoon. That's amateur level. So that's the first hack. I hope that blew a few of your minds out there, because especially with peanut butter, it's just going to make your day a whole lot better. So yeah, let's move right on to number 2. I'm trying to pick which one. I have like 5 really good ones. So this one is awesome. I don't know about you, but sometimes I would get the big square or rectangles of salads, right? And there's a big meme like, you know, it's just going to go die in your fridge somewhere and you're never going to finish it. Because, I mean, that happens to a lot of us who, like, maybe are trying to stair-step into eating healthy, is that we see, like, the big containers, the best bang for our bucks, and we're like, fuck yeah, let's do that. And then a week later, we're throwing it away because it's all terribly rotten and gross and soggy. So, I have a tip for you that's going to save all of your salads and spinaches, and then you're going to feel like a better human because you're going to have enough time to actually eat it, and then you're going to be like, fuck yeah, I just finished this giant tub of salad because it didn't go bad before this point. So, what you do is, so you open the lid of the salad, and you put a paper towel in that lid, and then you close the lid, and then when you put it in the refrigerator, you flip it upside down. Alright? So that paper towel is going to collect all of the moisture that causes the spinach or the salad to just get gross and slimy to the point where you don't want to use it anymore and you're trying to pick through, and it's just really not the funnest thing to do. So it'll help your greens last longer. You can also take all the salad out, put one in the bottom and in the top if you want to be a little bit extra, but I found just putting one on the top was and flipping it upside down was enough for me and my salad needs to hit my salad goals. And then it's like such a rewarding feeling when you're throwing away an empty salad container because you ate it all and not just dumping it in the garbage. So try that out. Let me know if it works for you. If it does, tag me in your stories. You know the deal. I love sharing these kind of things with people because, you know, not everybody knows this hack. On to another hack. I freaking love spaghetti squash when I'm lower carb. I don't know if you do. If you don't, and you've never had spaghetti squash in your life, you absolutely should try it, and try it multiple times, because I wasn't a fan the first couple times I tried spaghetti squash, but then desperate times call for desperate measures, and I wanted a pasta type substitute, and spaghetti squash was there. So I started liking it. But I came to a point where I could not cut the spaghetti squash because I wish I had a squash. I just cut mine last night. The squashes, when you see people cut them, they cut them hot dog style. Is that what they call it? So long ways. So one, you're cutting through the stem, and it's just like a lot of squash to cut through. So I was having major issues. I almost chopped off my finger like 20,000 times because of that. And so sometimes I would just have to wait for my husband to get home to make spaghetti squash because I felt like such a helpless damsel in distress. It's like I try to cut the spaghetti squash and I potentially cut my fucking fingers off, or I just wait for Brad and just, you know, whatever. So most of the time I was waiting for Brad. And then it wasn't until I think 3 months ago or so, I don't know how long ago it was, I saw this hack where they cut it hamburger style, like in half the shorter way. And it just blew my mind. So I was like, fucking, I'm gonna try this. And so I ran to the store and I got a spaghetti squash. And fucking, wouldn't you know, I can cut a spaghetti squash hamburger style. Not only that, I think it's easier to scoop the guts out. And again, a little side hack. If you haven't listened to this podcast before, save your goop scooper from your pumpkin seed harvesting for your spaghetti squash, and you'll thank me later. But yeah, so scooping it out. And then when it cooks, when you pull it out, it's just longer and more noodle-like than you could ever imagine. So that spaghetti squash hack is one that really helped me personally. It might not help a lot of you, but if you are looking to go lower carb, try it out. because that's a big thing I heard before about spaghetti squash when I would suggest that to my clients. They'd be like, oh, they're so hard to cut. I'm like, dude, I know, right? And now it's like, fuck, I'm going to change your all lives. So try it out. Tag me. Let me know. If you need my tag, it's probably going to be in the show notes. If not, go to Ryan's profile. I'll be somewhere on there. And so for the next, we're already on 3. This is going to be a really short episode, guys. I just want to get something up this week because, you know, we promised we'd be back every week, and here we are. Here I am. But we'll be back together next week, I promise. That's going to be a super awesome episode. Anyways, so we are going to move on to, oh my gosh, is this, oh no, okay, yeah, we're on 4. So one of the awesome things you can eat on prep, or maybe if you're trying to make better choices, is eggs, obviously. We've talked about eggs before. They are a little bit fatty, you gotta watch out, of course. But hard-boiled eggs is a choice of a lot of people because they're quick, they're on the go, and it's, you know, comparatively a higher protein. It does have fats with it again, too. So, but, I mean, even my kid loves hard-boiled eggs. I think there's very few people who don't like hard-boiled eggs, and they're a nice snack to have. So, but hard-boiling eggs in a pot is fucking annoying, and I'll never do it. So I found 2 alternative ways. I found one alternative way that blew my mind, and then I found another alternative way. This is actually from Coach Bree that blew my mind as well. So the first one that blew my mind was that you can Instant Pot hard-boiled eggs, which shouldn't surprise me because you can Instant Pot fucking anything and it works. So I Instant Potted my hard-boiled eggs, and if you want to do that as well, you have to use like the little rack that they provide, and you put like a cup of water in the bottom, and you line all the eggs up that you want. So it ends up being about this amount of eggs, which is like a pretty good amount. So you close it, flip the little pressure switch or whatever, you set it for 5 minutes, okay? After the 5 minutes are done, and of course, you know, it takes time to pressurize too, so it doesn't include that time. So when you count down and it beeps at you, you let it pressure release for 5 minutes, and then you try not to scream, and you release it with a ladle or something. I use a soup ladle, and I just hit it, and it screams all over the place. Anyway, after that, the second part 2 hack of this is a 2-parter. So if you are not putting your hard-boiled eggs in a vat of ice-cold water, you're doing it wrong, okay? Because this is going to make your eggs peel so much easier. So, take them out of the Instant Pot. You very carefully, I use, again, my soup ladle to scoop them gently in this ice-cold bath of water. And I let them chill there until, like, I stick my hands in and they're cold to touch through there. So, 2 hacks with that one there. 1, putting it in the Instant Pot, and 2, putting it in the cold water. Now, hang on to that cold water hack for you, because I'm also going to talk about that other way that you can cook your hard-boiled eggs very easily, and that is Coach Bree's hack, which is the air fryer. So my air fryer especially, I had more real estate to put more eggs in there, which was important to me because I'm always prepping for fucking ever. So I need, the more eggs, the better I can fit in there. So in an air fryer, you can set it to 250 as the temperature and air fry it for 16 minutes. And then you will have air fried hard-boiled eggs. Again, take them out, put them in the ice cold bath until they are cold to touch. Boom. You've got like one of the best, easy, whole snacks that you can get out there. Excuse me. So that is hack 4 out of 5. That leaves me 1 left, and this goes out to all of my nut butter lovers because, let's be real, nut butter is amazing. If you're allergic to nuts, I am sorry, but a lot of us here love nuts, and but sometimes the Skippies, the Jiffies, they say they're natural, but you see they have all like the gross seed oils and stuff. I like getting the natural ones where the only ingredient is peanuts, but the annoying as shit thing is that you have to stir them, and it's always such a mess. Like, no matter how I do it, it's a fucking mess. So, the ultimate life-changing hack for nut butter fans is to flip the damn thing upside down. Like, I don't know how I didn't think about this before. So before you even open that thing, flip it upside down. All the oil's going to go to the bottom of the jar. And then when you flip it back up to open it, you don't have to stir it at all. I mean, maybe you can stir a little bit, but it's not going to make the fucking mess as if the oil was at the top of the jar. So that hack alone has changed my life so much. Like, I'd get so angry about opening my nut butters because I had to stir it, but I also didn't want to get the really junky ones that had a bunch of shit in it. So, if you're like me, you want to eat the more wholer, cleaner peanut butter, nut butter, almond butter, cashew butter, whatever it is. Nuts are fatty. When they separate, they're going to have oils. To overcome the oil stir, boom. Flip it upside down when you keep it in the fridge, in the pantry, whatever, and that's going to eliminate your need to stir. So that, I mean, this episode was really quick. I am apologizing for that. It is even half the time of the last one, which was a quick one. I don't know whether you guys prefer the quick ones or the long ones, but either way, we got you covered with some knowledge bombs. This is kind of just a fun little one to help y'all out. I hope it helps at least one person out there out. If it does, share it, tag Team Flex, tag me, and yeah. We will catch you next week. We will have Coach Ryan, even if he is not well, I'm going to make him do it, okay? And he might be coughing a lot, but that's okay. So, all right, see you guys next week. Bye!